You are special. The Wemmicks were small wooden people. All of the wooden people were carved by a woodworker named Eli. His workshop sat on a hill overlooking their village. Each Wemmick was different. Some had big noses, others had large eyes. Some were tall and others were short. Some wore hats, others wore coats, but all were made by the same carver and all lived in the village. All day, every day, the Wemmicks did the same thing. They gave each other stickers. Each Wemmick had a box of golden star stickers and a box of gray dot stickers. Up and down the streets, all over the city, people spent their days sticking stars or dots on one another. The pretty ones, with smooth wood and fine paint, always got stars. But if the wood was rough or their paint was a little bit chipped, the Wemmicks gave dots. The talented ones got stars too. Some could lift big sticks high above their heads or jump over tall boxes. Still, others knew big words or could sing pretty songs. Everyone gave them stars. Some Wemmicks had stars all over them. Every time they got a star, it made them feel really good. It made them feel so good that they wanted to do something to get another star. Others, though, could do little, and they got dots. Ponicello was one of those. He tried to jump high like the others, but he always fell. And when he fell, the others would gather around and give him dots. Sometimes when he fell, his wood got scratched, so people would give him more dots. Then, when he would try to explain why he fell, he would say something silly, and the Wemmicks would give him even more dots. After a while, he had so many dots that he didn't even want to go outside. He was afraid he would do something dumb, like forget his hat or step in the water, and then people would run up and give him another dot. In fact, he had so many gray dots that some Wemmicks came up and gave him another gray dot just because of all the ones he already had. He deserves lots of dots, the wooden people would agree with one another. He's not a good wooden person. After a while, Ponicello believed them. I'm not a good Wemmick, he would say. The few times he went outside, he hung around with other Wemmicks who had lots of dots just like him, and he felt better around them. One day, he met a Wemmick who was unlike any he'd ever met. She had no dots and no stars. She was just wooden. Her name was Lucia. It wasn't that people didn't try to give her stickers, it's just that the stickers didn't stick. Some of the Wemmicks admired Lucia for having no dots, so they would run up and give her a star, but it wouldn't stick. Still, others would look down on her for having no stars, and they would try and give her a gray dot, but those wouldn't stick either. That's the way I want to be, thought Ponicello. I don't want anyone's marks. So he asked the stickerless Wemmick how she did it. It's easy, Lucia replied. Every day I go see Eli. Eli? Yes, Eli, the wood carver. I sit in the workshop with him. Why? Why don't you find out for yourself? Go up the hill. He's there. And with that, the Wemmick who had no stickers turned and skipped away. will he want to see me? Ponticello called out. Lucia didn't hear, so Ponticello went home. He sat by a window and he watched the wooden people as they scurried around giving each other stars and giving each other's dots. It's not right, he muttered to himself, and he decided that he would go and see Eli. He walked up the narrow path to the top of the hill, and he stepped into a big shop. His wooden eyes widened at the size of everything. The stool was as tall as he was. He had to stretch on his tiptoes to see the top of the workbench. A hammer was as long as his arm. Ponticello swallowed hard and said, "Oh, I'm not staying here." And he turned to leave. Then he heard his name. "Ponticello?" The voice was deep and strong. Ponticello stopped. He looked around. "Ponticello, it's good to see you. Come, let me have a look at you." Ponticello turned slowly and looked at the large bearded craftsman. "You know my name?" the little Wemmick asked. "Of course I do. Who made you?" Eli stooped down and picked him up, set him on his workbench. The maker spoke thoughtfully as he looked at the gray dots. "Looks like you've been given some bad marks." "I didn't mean to, Eli. I really tried hard." "Oh, you don't have to defend yourself to me. I don't care what the other Wemmicks think." "You don't?" "No, and you shouldn't either. Who are they to give stars or dots? They're Wemmicks, just like you." "What they think doesn't matter, Ponticello. All that matters is what I think, and I think you are very special." Ponticello laughed. "Me? Special?" "Why, I can't walk fast. I can't jump. My paint is kind of peeling. Why do I matter to you?" Eli looked at Ponticello. He put his hands on the small wooden shoulders and he spoke very slowly. "Because you're mine. That's why you matter to me." Ponticello had never met anyone who looked at him like this, much less his maker. He didn't know what to say. "Every day I've been hoping that you would come to see me," Eli explained. "I came because I met someone who had no marks," said Ponticello. "I know. She told me about you." "Why don't the stickers stay on her?" The maker spoke softly. "Because she's decided that what I think matters, and that's more important than what the Wemmicks think. The stickers only stick if you let them." "What?" "The stickers only stick if they matter to you. The more you trust my love, the less you care about stickers." "I'm not sure I understand." Eli smiled. "You will, but it will take time. You've got a lot of marks. For now, just come and see me every day. Let me remind you how much I care." Eli lifted Ponticello off the bench and set him on the ground. "Remember," Eli said as the Wemmick walked out the door, "you are special because I made you, and I don't make mistakes." Ponticello didn't stop, but in his heart he thought, "I think he really means it." And when he did, a dot fell to the ground. See you next story.